We have left East Berlin, where we cannot speak freely. Honestly, I'm sitting there and I'm like, yeah, why did I decide to get into the part about all the dead babies and child rape on the YouTube side with Max? Maybe I should have saved that for the Rumble side.
Look, if you talk to Max, you're gonna get into that.
I'm sitting there and I'm feeling, all right, Keaton has traumatized me over the years. He's got such BDE, he's got such big dad energy.
Who does?
Keaton does. As soon as Max started saying that shit, I'm like, Keaton is squirming right now. He's like, we shouldn't be doing this on the YouTube.
Oh, no, we were good. We were good.
It's not big dad energy.
Yeah, BDE, big dad energy. Yeah, but he's got big dad energy.
Oh,
I mean, I have both, to be fair.
Yeah, both actually.
Oh,
yeah.
Mehdi.
Yeah,
Now,
I've spoken to Amanda on the side. It's true. All right, so poor Mehdi Hasan. Poor Mehdi Hasan.
His book, How to Win Any Argument.
Yeah, lay down with dogs, wake up with fleas is the unofficial subtitle of this. So Mehdi grew a spine and a conscience at exactly the wrong moment, and he paid for it with his sweet, cushy gig at MSNBC. So Mehdi Hasan exits. Yeah.
So those old speeches, I think that's his one consistent thing, is that he cared about that.
I think we've seen this with a few people where, like, these establishment goons, a genocide in broad daylight against, in many cases, as in Hassan's case, against their own people. It's just a bridge too far. Yeah. It is just a little, it's further than they can. That is the inch of their soul that they just can't sell.
Yeah, he thought he was going to hold on to that.
He can't sell. Yeah, well, not at that network. The anchor, whose final show on the news cabler aired on Sunday, announced his exit at the end of the telecast. The news came after MSNBC late last year that it had canceled the outspoken Hasan's show. Quote, "It's been an absolute blast doing this live show on MSNBC for the past 3 years," Hasan said. "But as we begin 2024 with an election coming, a war still ongoing, and too many Trump trials, honestly, to even keep track of." A little bit for the shit libs for his career after MSNBC, for when he starts his podcast or his blog or whatever the fuck. And with this show going away, I've decided it's time for me to look for a new challenge. All these people cleaning up on the podcasts. Tonight is not just my final episode of the Mehdi Hasan show. It's my last day with MSNBC. Yes, I've decided to leave. I am going back to the crossroads and demanding my soul back. No, I put that in.
I think he's going to Clubhouse.
To be clear, I am so proud of what we've achieved on this show, on this network, and I can't thank you enough for tuning in and for your support and for your feedback. And please subscribe to my new venture. But as I put that in, but as I say, new year, new plans. Hasan, a political analyst who had been hosting a program for NBC Universal's Peacock streamer, joined MSNBC's weekend schedule in 2021, which repped one of MSNBC's first changes after Rashida Jones took oversight. The Mehdi Hasan show debuted on Peacock in 2020. Hasan was previously employed by Al Jazeera, where he hosted an English language program, and the investigative show debuted on Peacock in 2020. Hasan was previously employed by Al Jazeera, where he hosted an English language program, and the investigative employed by Al Jazeera, where he hosted an English language program, and the investigative this was shocking to see him do what he did in this interview.
This is my guess. It's going to be him going, my friend, and the buddy, no buddy, buddy.
Pretty much. If you notice, I could be wrong about this. I think they decided that Regev was too creepy for TV, and they sent a woman to America Now to do these interviews. I could be wrong, but it seems like they sent him back to Transylvania.
Yeah. Listen, the ones from Israel, they don't understand because they haven't had to have wokeness.
Yes, they got one who seems like an American Israeli kind of Zionist.
That kind of chick that Max talked to. That's the go between.
Right. Exactly.
The dutiful daughter.
Exactly. Well, especially because they're trying to sell these sexual assault allegations. So they'd rather have a woman to sell that. And this guy really, I mean, he seems like Satan's crafty minion. All right, so let's take a look at a highlight of that.
I have seen lots of children with my own lying eyes being pulled from the rubble.
Because they're the pictures Hamas wants you to see. Exactly my point, Mehdi.
Dead,
they're
Mark.
the pictures
Also
Hamas wants.
But there are also people that your government has killed. You accept that, right? You've killed children, or do you deny that?
No, I do not. I do not. I do not. First of all, you don't know how those people died. Those children.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I love that moment. I hate Mehdi Hasan, but this is what, just like Joy Reid, when she gets into the subject, you say, God, these people would be such an asset if they had a conscience. Like if they did decent work like this all the time, they would be the best people to have on your side.
They think they're allowed to. Look, I said all the other things I'm supposed to say.
Right. So he thought.
So I would think that
he thought he had some leeway, but you don't have leeway.
They
with
started
these people.
believing, like how Bill Ackman found out DEI is fake. Just now, they found out just now.
Just that moment where he goes, "Oh wow," like that, because that's how you felt. Is he really going to say we don't know how these children died? What was it? Rubella? What the fuck are you even talking about right now?
Just lie like
and
always.
you can just say
they died with rubble on their head, not of rubble on their head. They died with rubble.
With rubble. Unbelievable. All right, so
those children.
Oh, wow.
First of all, we don't want to see a single child killed.
Yes, you do.
Okay, here's my question for you, Mark. You say, I agree with you. I agree with you. We shouldn't blindly believe anything Hamas says. But why should we believe what your government says either? Your military spokesman on Monday pointed to an Arabic document in the basement of a Gaza hospital and claimed it was a Guardian list on which every terrorist writes his name. But that was false. It was just a calendar with the days of the week on it. Your colleague in the Prime Minister's office, Ophir Gendelman, posted behind-the-scenes footage from a Lebanese short film and claimed it was Palestinians in Gaza faking their own injuries. That tweet is still up a week later. That is endless disinformation from your government, is it not?
Yeah, so a lot of people think it's a more extended interview and it's worth checking out, but a lot of people think that's what got him fired. So
it probably is.
I mean, I'm saying fired. He claims to have resigned. I very much
didn't resign.
I very much doubt that. Yeah, Keaton, you have anything on this?
Well, I mean, look, this just shows that he has skills. He's a pro. He just uses his skills for evil most of the time. But you see there a little glimpse of what he is capable of doing were he to use those skills for good. Joy Reid is also on MSNBC. She's a little harder to fire because she's a primetime host. But she's been surprisingly good on this as well, which, you know, on one hand, look, it's good to see you take the win where you can get it. On the other hand, it's all the more frustrating because you see that these people actually do have skill sets. They are actually good. They are actually capable of doing good work. Most of the time, they simply choose not to. When he says to Mark Regeb there, he says, well, yeah, I mean, you say that's a Hamas talking point, but it's true. Isn't that all that matters? That it's true that babies are dying under rubble? How many times on that very network have you heard hosts like that say, well, that's a Putin talking point? Right.
Yeah,
and you can say the same exact thing. You say, well, just because it's a Putin talking point doesn't mean it's not true, does it?
But he wants you to know it.
There.
Putin wants you to hear it.
Right. No, Putin wants you to hear that. Well, is it true? Doesn't matter if it's true. That's a Putin talking point. In this example, they're obviously willing to go there. On the Russia-Ukraine example, they're not willing to go there. And that's just one example where you can really see the difference in how they handle those interviews and those types of situations. Not that they even have confrontational. I mean, I don't even think they've had a Ukraine detractor on MSNBC. I'd be surprised if they ever had any.
Probably not. This one, for some of their anchors, is just a bridge too far. But yes, it does show you, hey, at the end of the day, they're good propagandists. If you're a bad propagandist, you're Joan Walsh and they fire you. It's not like they have no standards. I mean, there are plenty of people who are willing to just spout establishment talking points. Doesn't mean that you're compelling. It doesn't mean you have that thing that makes people watch the camera. So yeah, and Joy Reid, Mehdi Hasan, I mean, they're intelligent. That's what's so frustrating when you watch them working their dark gifts on you know, just murdering truth night after night. And it's even more frustrating seeing what they could do if they found themselves to the light side of the force. You got something, Kurt?
Yeah. Do you remember when Sarah Silverman got in trouble? We covered this a while ago. Do Joyanne Reed, she posted something fake, and Sarah read the article.
Oh, yeah.
And she was like, well, that's not what this says. I mean, I love Joyanne Reed, but you got to read the whole thing before you post it. And then Sarah was in trouble for patronizing a woman of color that went to wherever the hell Joyanne Reed went. And you know what? It was patronizing. Joyanne Reed was deliberately lying. She didn't not read the article.
Right.
She is a college graduate. She's just a conscious liar.
Yes, she is. So I think that's the end of that segment. We have anything else, boys?
Nope, nailed it.
Nailed it. Print. All right, let's go to some super chats.
Hey, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down there for more AM Joy and the rest of MSNBC. And click on any of the videos right here to watch the latest interviews and highlights. And you can get more videos from MSNBC for free every day with our newsletter. Just visit